Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be going over my final farming guide for the Scourge League. This is the farming strategy I'm currently using, and it's a very effective strategy for later in the league once you've already built a very strong character. This strategy is called Nemesis 4, and it's very fun when coupled with the Headhunter leather belt, although this belt is definitely not mandatory for doing this strategy. The strategy is quite similar to Nemesis 3, which we covered a couple months ago, although the preparation is a lot more specific. So the concept, similarly to Nemesis 3, is that we want to create as many rare and unique monsters as possible. And the only difference is that every rare and unique monster are going to drop 4 basic currency items instead of 3. Which means we're just going to get more currency. And because this is a stronger sextant mod, we want to make sure we're getting the most out of it. So first things first, let's go over a bit of math on rolling the map. On average, it takes about 1 in 11 Chaos Orbs for you to hit rare monsters that each have a Nemesis mod prefix. This mod is crucial to this strategy, but we can't just have this mod when we're doing Nemesis 4. We also want to have full prefixes and full suffixes because prefixes and suffixes add pack size and they add quant. The odds of getting just 2 prefixes and 2 suffixes is roughly around 60%. And then you have maybe like a 30 to 35% chance that you'll have 5 mods. And you have a very small chance of actually hitting a full 6 mods, somewhere between 5 and 10%. But we want to get the full 6 mods if we're doing Nemesis 4. So when you roll a Nemesis map and it only has 4 mods, you might want to consider re-rolling it. But if you get one that has 5 mods, that's pretty good. We can actually get a 6th mod fairly cheaply through the Blood Altar. Now, this requires 2 beasts. Requires the Krachik Savage Crab. This is going to cost around 5 to 15 chaos, depending on the market. You're also going to need a Sakowine Cobra. Now this one's a bit more expensive. It can run you between 20 and 40 chaos, but that's not too bad. So right now, this map has 5 modifiers, and as you can see, the pack size is 24% and the quantity is 82%. Now, it has 6 mods, the pack size is 28%, and the quantity is 92%. So we got 4% pack size and 10% item quantity. The quantity doesn't really matter because Nemesis 4 will always drop you 4 basic currency for every rare monster, but the pack size will affect the amount of rare monsters. So now we have the 6 mod map with Nemesis. There's only one other thing we can do to make this better, and it's to Divine Orb the Nemesis prefix. Now, if we look closely at this prefix, there's actually a range. It gives you between 20 and 30% more rare monsters. We hit 25% when we rolled this, so we could technically divine this better. We could divine it up to 30%, but you know, 25% isn't too bad, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But if Divine Orbs are cheap, you could consider trying to hit like 28, 29, 30% more rare monsters. It'll make it a bit better. Now we got to put on the Delirium Orb. I like to put 1 Delirium Orb, but you can put up to 5. Adding more Delirium Orbs just makes the monsters extremely, extremely tanky. I don't think that there's much benefit. Like maybe if you do 100 million damage, you can go for 100% delirious. I do like 20 million damage, and I don't think the extra time it takes putting on more delirium orbs is worth it. So now we are fully done crafting the map. Next, let's go over the watchstones. So Nemesis monsters drop 4 additional basic currency items. You roll this with the elevated sextants, which are the Maven dropped sextants. Once you hit the roll, it will have 16 uses. So if you're going and buying this off someone on the market, you gotta be careful that there is a full 16 uses left on it. These will run you maybe 12 to 15 exalted orbs. So it'll cost approximately 1x per map, and that's not too bad. The next most important one would be slaying enemies from beyond. You don't need to go elevated for this one, but keep in mind if you do a regular one, it'll only have 4 uses, so you'll have to roll 4 sextants with this to fully use up your Nemesis 4. The last 2 sextants, one of them is Hunted Traders. Hunted Traders is really good, it just adds so many more monsters. And the last one, I like to actually use another elevated sextant. This one is area contains 3 additional abysses, and this one will run you somewhere between 3 to 4 exalted orbs probably. But keep in mind, it'll have 16 uses, so it ends up only being 30 to 40 chaos per map. That's not too bad when you're considering it's giving you 3 additional abysses. Now, in terms of the actual watchstone bases, the most important one is the Booming Populace Unique Ivory Watchstone. This is a Cyrus drop, and it comes with 15 uses, and you can divine it to have between 10 and 20% pack size. These run around 2.5 exalted orbs right now, so you're looking at a cost of approximately 25 chaos per map, and to get up to 20% increased pack size, that is a huge bargain. In terms of the other watchstones, you could use the other unique variants of the Cyrus watchstones. Just keep in mind they don't all have up to 16 uses in them. For example, this one, well, it starts with 18, and then this one, it starts with only 12. So if you're rolling the elevated sextants to try and hit NEM 4, which has 16 uses, and you roll it on this one, you'll be wasting 4 charges and it'll feel really bad. So it's completely valid to also be using the infinite watchstones that you craft yourself. I like to use the platinum Glennet Cairn variant, and I go for the fraught prefix. These cost around 4.5 to 5 exalted orbs, and they just add a flat 1% extra beyond chance. In terms of the rest of the atlas, if you're sextant blocking and rolling your own sextants, obviously Enduring Influence is a must. No matter what you're doing, Secrets of the Stones is a must, because this is 25% increased effect of watchstone modifiers, and this coupled with Booming Populace adds up to 5% increased pack size, which is really massive. It also buffs your whatever other watchstones you decide to be using. The rest, just, I don't really care what you use. And the Awakening bonus, try and get 118. I have 117. I mean, that's fine too. This is giving me 30% increased effect of the modifiers on your maps, which just, it increased like the pack size, the quantity, it increases all that stuff. So this buffs your maps, and this buffs your Booming Populace. Alright. The Atlas passives, we get all the Beyond nodes, and then we go down here to Abyssal Army. The reason we go down here is, well, The first node gives us a chance at 1 extra abyss, and then Abyssal Army. All the abysses give us double monsters. And then with the Sextant, this one gives us 50% more monsters, so we're getting like 2.5 times more monsters from the abysses, and we will have 4 to 5 abysses. Now, for Scarabs, I just use Polished Abyss. This is like 2 chaos each. That's the most important one. Elder is also equally important because it just adds a lot of pack size. Doesn't matter if it's gilded, rusted, or the polished. So those are mandatory. Abyss and Elder Scarabs. The other 2 Scarabs, well, it's just up to preference. Harbinger is fine, Breach is fine, Blight is fine, Legion is fine. Just put in whatever. Now let's go over map choice, because right now there's a trend to do Tropical Island because a few streamers are doing it and just everyone's piling on the bandwagon. It really does not matter what map you do. GGG has done a pretty good job of making all the maps really good in terms of monster counts. So I've done a lot of the maps. Like obviously some of them I just don't want to do. For example, cells, I don't like the layout, so I've never done cells. But I've done pretty much all of them. Like sometimes you're just forced to do some because the Watchstone has 16 charges and you'll just spawn your Guardian and then you're gonna have to like craft the Guardian map to have Nemesis on it. So like yeah, that's part of the reason I've done so many, and I've been happy with all the maps I've done. So really just experiment, see which ones you like. There is no truly overpowered map here. I think that about covers how to set this up. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these sorts of strategies that require such a large upfront investment, whether it be in time or in currency. I generally don't gravitate towards these farming strategies, but this one in particular feels really overpowered right now because of the Scourge mechanic. All the extra Scourge monsters when you flip into the Nightmare side will interact with the Beyond as well as some of the other modifiers we throw into the map, and it really helps to ramp up the level of rare monsters to some insanity levels. For me, despite the large upfront costs, I do find the payoffs in terms of currency as well as in terms of fun are really quite enticing. Alright, well, we're going to hop into the map we just created and demo Nemesis for you guys. Let's put the map in the map device. We select Beyond, and make sure you check Alva. Alva gives you a lot more monsters. You know, I think I'm actually going to mute my mic because I think you guys hear the keyboard when I leave this open. I might voice over if there's anything else important that I think it's talking about. Alright, that's all the looting done. Shout out to anyone who stuck around watching till the end. Alright, peace guys.